So you want to learn to crochet and you don't know where to start. Well, let me help you. So the first thing that you want to do when you want to learn to crochet is to go to your nearest activity store, right? Your craft store, whether it be Michael's, whether it be Walmart, whether it be, well, Joann's is no longer, but Hobby Lobby, or any craft store that's within your area. And you're going to go down that aisle that has all the yarn and you're going to find yourself a crochet hook. So I always suggest when you're starting to crochet, you start off with a bigger hook. The reason why I always suggest that is because when you learn to crochet, sometimes your stitches are inconsistent. And when your stitches are inconsistent, it could cause your projects to turn. So if you're pulling it too tight, they're going to curl in. If you're too loose, they're going to curl out. So finding the best hook for you is always the best option. So I know that online you can purchase a little kit that has a bunch of different hooks. And that is great. That can help you. But if you don't want to purchase a lot of things because you're just starting out, definitely you can go, and Michael's has hooks like this, and they're like $1.99. And you can get any kind of size. Anyway, so now what about yarn? I always tell new crocheters the best kind of yarn that I think to work on for newbies is Red Heart. And the reason why I say Red Heart is because, one, it's durable. It is thick. It's strong. When you use a softer yarn, it can split. And if it splits, that gets discouraging, right? And it can knot up on you, and that gets discouraging. I've always had a great experience with Red Heart. It is a little rougher, but it gets you prepared for working with difficult projects because it is rougher. It's rougher on your hands. It feels rougher, but it will handle whatever it is that you try to throw at it, okay? And so that to me is the better yarn to use when you're starting out. Sure, when you finish your first project or when you finish your first granny square, then you can go on and find whatever yarn you want. And you can do that now. You can do whatever makes you happy. But the reality is that some yarns are easy to work with and some yarns are not. So you just have to be prepared for that. So the one thing that I do is I always tell people who are starting out on crocheting to do a slip knot, okay? So the way I do a slip knot is I do this here, okay? Wrap it around, and then I pull this under, like so. And I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. This is just the way that I was taught. And you just pull, okay? And that makes a slip knot, just like that, okay? And now I have a slip knot. So I'm gonna get my hook, and I'm gonna go through the slip knot. This is gonna be your first little crochet, okay? Now, to start a chain, this is where we're at. Slip knot, yarn, wrap it around, pull it through. Just like that. What do you do now? Wrap it around, pull it through. Now, however you decide you hold the yarn, that's how you're gonna hold the yarn, okay? Nobody's gonna force you to hold it any other way. The books will show you different ways to hold it. They'll tell you to wrap it around, do all these different things. The reality is that whatever's comfortable for you is comfortable for you, okay? Try new things. Me, this is comfortable. Always been comfortable. I've been crocheting for 24 years, and this is how I crochet, okay? So I can't change. But if you need to learn different ways, you can do that. You can change to whatever it is that you want that'll make it comfortable for you. So here we are. Wrap around, pull through. And I always tell people to just start on a chain. Just keep going. Keep going as much as you can, okay? Until every stitch looks exactly the same. Okay, so my stitches all look the same because my tension is all even, okay? Now, let me tell you what happens if you pull too tight. If I'm holding it too tight, you'll see the color of my fingers changing? I'm holding it tight. If I hold it tight and try to pull it through, it's gonna change that stitch. That next stitch is going to be super tight, Okay, see how much different it is than these right here? See how small it is? That's just by pulling it, and I'm going to continue to pull it just to show you. Okay, now the part that's going to suck is it's going to start to turn in just like that because I'm pulling it too tight, and it's going to start to turn my work inwards. Okay, and it even makes it harder when you try to go back because you're not going to be able to get through there because it's so tight. Okay, so I'm going to pull those out because I don't want it to be tight. I want it to be consistent. I want it to be straight, and I want my stitches to be all the same. Okay, so now let's say you're too loose, right? You pull it and it's too loose, right? That happens, and it usually happens when you're tired or you're not paying attention and it starts to get really loose. Okay, now look at how loose that is, and you can see it's pulling this way. So when it's too loose, it'll pull this way. When it's too tight, it'll pull towards your hand that holds the yarn. So keep that in mind. Okay, too loose, it's going to go towards your hand that you're holding the hook. Too tight, it's going to pull towards the hand that's holding your yarn. So if your projects are bowing or your projects are veering inwards or outwards, that's why. It's because your tension. Okay, so you keep going, just keep going until all of your stitches look exactly the same. And once you do that, then you can start working your way back down. And you might be like, okay, how do I work my way back down? So this is what I would do. I would do a single crochet. A single crochet is you go into this stitch here, pull your yarn through, and you'll have 2 on your hook. Okay, yarn over and pull through. That's one single crochet, and I would do that all the way back down. Okay, just so you can get the hang of doing a foundation row with a single crochet, because a lot of projects will have you do that. A lot of projects you chain up, you chain a certain amount, and then you have to go back and do a single crochet, double crochet, treble crochet. Just depends on the project that you're working on, but most of them all have that same thing. Okay, some, like I said, if you're doing a granny square, that'll be different. You're going to need to do a magic circle, and if you need a tutorial on a magic circle, I have some on my page, so make sure that you hit that up. But all right, so you just keep going all the way down until you get the foundation done. Okay, again, single crochet, go through this stitch here, pull through, you got 2 on your hook, yarn over, pull through. Okay, just keep going. Keep on going. Okay, once you get down to that end, turn around and do it again. And just keep doing that until you get the feel of the hook and the yarn. Once you do that, and it's going to curl like this, and that's fine. That's just how it is. That's the foundation chains are wonky like that. But once you're done, you can pull it and straight, and it'll be fine. So, okay, so go like here, and then there we go. Just like that. There's your foundation chain. Okay, single crochet. And now you can go on to whatever project you want. All right, so I hope this tutorial helps you. And as always, if there's something specific that you want to learn, make sure that you leave it in the comments and let me know, and I will do a tutorial on it for you. But again, I hope that you guys have an amazing day. I hope this helps you. And as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.